What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about Intel. We're going to talk about Microsoft. We got some news coming out about those today, and some of them actually kind of relate over to NIO. But before we hop into that, we ask you guys hit that sub button. We're trying to grow the channel to 2,000 subs. It's the best way to support the channel. Also, link in the description for the Patreon if you guys want to hop into our personal Discord over there. It gets you access to our portfolio and the April portfolio, where the Discord members get to choose which stocks we put into that portfolio, and we're going to see how well we do. See how well we do by the end of 2021. Yeah, without further ado, let's give it some little razzle dazzle and hop into it. And that's for you, Wilson, in the Discord. You know who you are. But let's just start it off right now. Let's start it off with we'll start off with Microsoft. Microsoft announced today that they are in the potential talks with Discord to possibly acquire them, which is fantastic news. Again, Discord. If you want in our Discord, link in the description for that. That's what we use for our chatting. You know, when me and Chad make videos, we use it for our community. I know when we play games, we use that. I use it with a couple guys at work. You know, Discord's a really big platform. For those that don't know, it's really just like it's like a platform that allows people to hop in voice chats, text chats, you know, share pictures, web stream, like.
Yeah, and a lot of people think it's just, you know, it kind of started out as just like a gaming, like a PC gaming app kind of thing for chats, but like it's grown into like a heck of a lot more than that. Like any company can use it or whatever, like to talk about whatever they want. It's not just about, you know, a couple nerds in their grandma's basement talking about Call of Duty. Right.
Honestly, I think it's one of the better free services, you know, that's not completely covered in ads. You know, I think it's one of the best voice services out there. But Discord itself has over 140 million current users, and they've raised over $100 million just in revenue last year, which is massive for a free, you know, free service. They do offer a service that's called Nitro for $10 a month that allows people to share bigger pictures, share bigger files, have better streaming quality, and a few other things inside of Discord itself. But according to the Wall Street Journal, Discord doubled its valuation last December to $7 billion. So that, I guess that kind of gives Microsoft, you know, where to start on valuing the company. But it's raised a total of about $480 million according to Crunchbase. So that's huge coming out of Microsoft's end, because I know they're trying to acquire things to integrate them with the Xbox, and I think this is a fantastic platform. You know, to integrate that gaming community together. So,
yeah, it's the most popular in the gaming scene for sure.
Right. 100%.
I mean, we've used other things in the past, and Discord is the best quality and everything for sure.
Right. So now the question is, should you buy Microsoft? Microsoft has been known to be one of those it's been one of those safe long-term gain companies that is going to be really reliable regardless of how the market does. And they've kind of shown that a little bit, you know, obviously aside from the big corrections that we've been having. If we look at the chart today, obviously it's been, you know, it was up and down all day, all the way up to 241. Now we're back down to 237. But Microsoft over the last, we'll go to year to date, it started out about $211. And now we're at 237, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you think about it, like that's a relatively safe play.
That's good for, you know, what's happening in the market now, because a lot of stocks are down for the year now. Right. So that's pretty good. Me personally, if you're not in Microsoft yet, I would wait until it's closer to a deal, because usually every time a company buys another company, the stock goes down because they're spending, you know, billions of dollars. So I would just wait until it's a little closer to the deal. But I mean, I would be buying probably because this is Microsoft. Like you said, Microsoft itself is a really good company, and them acquiring Discord, that's huge. Right. It's only going to just help the company go up.
Right. And Microsoft is a long-term play. This is not something you're going to day trade, because you're not going to make a bunch of money off Microsoft. It's a long-term play for your portfolio, you know, to slowly and steadily build money without having these big, huge volatility days where it goes up and down 20%.
Yeah, and I mean, you're going to be still, even though it's a safe bet, like you're still going to be making a good amount of money. I think I just looked earlier today, and in the last 5 years, it's up 300 and some percent.
Right.
Like that's pretty good for
beyond good. That's beyond good.
You know, like the Dow is up like what, 7 to 10% a year, and you could just be in Microsoft making a heck of a lot more than that.
Right.
So
And if we look at this chart, so again, these are the charts that we talk about. I'm going to go ahead and hide my camera real quick. These are the charts that we talk about before I enter or exit a play. You know, I look at these charts, and Microsoft right now, this is what we use for NIO as well. So Microsoft on the RSI index is hanging around that 50. This tells you whether or not it's overbought or oversold, and it's been hanging every time it hangs around here. You know, roughly it hangs around here, kind of goes up and down, up and down. That's what you want to see, and it's also above the 50-day moving average, which is fantastic. You know, you always want it to be above there, and you know, it's around the $50-$60 mark down here on the full STO. So honestly, it may not be a bad position to enter and, you know, just break up your payments like we always tell you to do. You know, split it into quarters or whatever you want to do, and then enter, and then wait a little bit, throw some more money in, and that's how you know, average in, up and down. So that prevents you from getting burnt. So
yeah, you usually want to buy around the, you know, 50 RSI, which we're pretty close to that actually. So if you did throw, you know, gave her a little razzle dazzle, as we say, and you threw in a little bit right now, it's probably really not that bad of, you know, of an idea to do that. You're not going to be hurting yourself by doing that.
Right.
But always dollar cost average for sure.
100%. And if we look at the CNN business forecast, you know, it has a 12-month projection right now of $315. It's sitting at 237, and it has a median target of 280 and then a low of 245. So honestly, even at the low, it's still going up over 12 months. You're still going up. That's always good to see. That was 30 analysts offering a 12-month price forecast.
Yeah, and for a safe stock to go up, you know, the median's 17%. Can't really complain about that at all, Bob.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And you got 34 analysts that were polled for this analyst recommendations chart. 29 of them said buy, 2 said outperform, or 3 said outperform, and 2 said hold, no underperform or sellers. So that's big news there. You know, on NIO, or not NIO, Microsoft there. So without any more about Microsoft, let's go ahead and hop over to Intel. So, you know, we've got some big Intel news coming out with their chips. You know, hopefully this ends the chip shortage.
So Intel is planning to spend $20 billion on 2 new chip factories in Arizona. And like Mike just said, as we know, the chip shortage thing's been going on a while, and, you know, hurting a lot of companies. Not just NIO, it's GM, Honda, like a lot of them. So they're going to work on these 2 factories, but then also they're going to expand or look into expanding into the US further and into Europe as well. So right now the majority of the chips are made in Asian countries, and they're trying to kind of expand out of that. So it's nice. It is nice that they're bringing more jobs over here to the US. I was kind of actually surprised to see that. But like I said, this could end a lot of the chip shortages. Maybe a company's using something else and their supplier can't keep up. Well, they could eventually go over to Intel because they're popping up all these new factories to support all this, you know, all these chip shortages and everything. But a little nugget of information about NIO, just throw NIO in here. NIO uses Mobileye, which is a company that Intel bought actually in 2017, and they use that. They use that for their autonomy pretty much. They want to try to reach level 4 autonomy, and they're using Mobileye to do that. And they're also using Mobileye. They're going to be using them in robotaxis, which robotaxis, that's huge money for NIO eventually. But yeah, just them expanding and, you know, trying to address this chip shortage I think is just huge, because it's killing a lot of things right now.
Right. I think that's going to be, you know, I think it's going to be game changing. I think it's going to help a lot. You know, whether we see this, you know, I think this announcement is definitely going to help the stock. And if we look at it right now, we're up 6.4% after hours, which is fantastic. You know, it has been trending down. Obviously, everything has been trending down. Like, obviously, this one's up and down. But today in itself started at $66, and now we're down to $63. So it's quite a bit of a pullback. You know, Intel's been kind of riskier lately. It's just been up and down. But if we do look at the over year, I mean, that's still up. It was 49. It's up to 66 now. You know, it's not good. Magnificent. It's not huge growth, but it's still some growth. It's more safe, secure. You're not going to have these huge volatile days where it's just crazy up and down. And if we go ahead and look at the same charts that we saw For Microsoft, we, I'm gonna go ahead and move my camera again real quick. We see the the RSI, still around that 50, and it's well above the 50-day moving average. And then the full STO, this is where it gets me down here, is the full STOs. We're sitting at about 75. Every time we see this, we see some kind of pullback. So this is where I'm expecting a little bit more of a pullback before we start to head back up, in the stock price. So
yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah, so I'm kind of hoping, Intel kind of pulls back a little bit more, and that'd be a great entry point. Again, split your pipe, the amount of money you want to throw in the stock, split it up into quarters, and then just, dab a little bit, wait a little bit, dab, and just keep going in and out. And that's going to be the best way for you to not burn yourself on that. Yep. And if we look at the stock forecast here on the business website, this one isn't as much growth as you would think. This is where we said it was a lot more riskier. The fact that the median is 64, which is below where we're at now, and then the 40 is the really low, which is down 40%. But the high is a potential growth of 33%. So you think if they can build these factories, put more chips out, maybe you can get more, businesses to join them and, buy their chips, you might see this go pushing that $90, which makes sense. And again, the analysts here, 15% buy. This one's not as drastic as Microsoft, but 15% buy, 16 said hold, and 8 said sell. So that one's a little bit more risky. Whether you should do it, we'll leave that up to you guys, but we just try to give you guys all the latest information on all these stocks. That's what we try to do. But again, thank you guys so much. That's what we're gonna wrap up this video. Thank you for all the support you guys given us so far. Again, if you like this kind of content, hit that like, share, notification about all that good stuff. It helps grow the channel. And again, link in the description for the Patreon if you guys want to join our fantastic Discord over there. A couple dollars left. Get them while you can, because once they're gone, they're gone. I think we're down to maybe 4 or 5 left. So if you want it, now's your chance to get it. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.